Yesterday, I posted a video. I actually posted it here on TikTok and on YouTube. TikTok has not released the video. So if you are interested in this story, then you need to come over to my YouTube page because it is over there. I published it. It has this blue background. It's called A Storytime. A deadbeat is in his find out season. Many of these dads are finding out that if you do not pour into your relationships when the kids are growing up, you do not have a relationship with them when they are adults. And I am here for them finding out. A quick recap on this story. This man who hasn't seen his kids in about 10 years is now doing some kind of PI. He's like looking into trying to find his kids and reaching out to them on Facebook and reaching out to people they know. And it's been 10 years. And this mom wrote me a letter. So if you want to see the whole letter, the whole story with text messages and all that, come to this story. I want to do the update here. Oh, and for the people that are on my TikTok page, my YouTube page is Burb and Bougie. So this is the update. I saw a lot of comments that some think this man is black. He is not. This was an interracial marriage. He is white. So this is a new level of dustiness. And as a quick reminder, dustiness comes in all races, age, culture, creed, profession. Dustiness comes in all cultures and creeds. So all varieties. So yes, there are white dusties. Matter of fact, this is a good place as any to plug my own book, Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a Petty Self-Help Guide. In this book, we talk about red flags. We talk about the implications of choosing a man that is ashy and how it could impact your health, your mental health, your finances, all of that. So go ahead and cop your copy at burbandbougieshop.com. Okay, so back to this update. Someone mentioned about telling my son. As soon as I started, he said, I already know what you're going to say. He called him too. He said he answered because it was a number he didn't recognize. He went through the same spiel with him, like the text he sent to his sister. He then went on to say the private investigator he hired just happened to be the brother of someone he knows, and they agreed to help him. My son said he really didn't know what to say after that and told him, good for you, and hung up and blocked his number. I told him that he is after something because the person I know, regardless of what he says, never does anything without an agenda. He will use you and break you down until there's nothing left. One random call or text is probably not that much grounds for a restraining order. So I told them to be wary of their surroundings because if he tries to contact them again after being blocked, then they could file one. I'll keep you guys updated if anything else has changed. Sorry, my emails are so long. So I'm letting y'all know she's the one that thinks that her emails are long. I told her that according to y'all, this is not long, especially according to my YouTube people. I will continue to say this. Pour into the people who have poured into you. Pour into the people who have loved and supported you. If you have family members in your life that have filled in the gaps and loved you, poured into your visions, your dreams, loved you no matter what, give them the same respect if you have the time, energy, and resources to do so. I think that many of us are coming to understand boundaries and the need for self-care and pulling away from deadbeats or parents who were not around, or even if they weren't around, weren't emotionally available. We're in that season. People are finding out. Now, this person, who I presume is a man, he's still trying to help us find some empathy for these people, and we're just not there anymore. This person says, some young and dumb parents raised with little to no guidance grow to be better people later in life and are great parents during the second adult phase of your life. So after the hard work is done, and then they could just swoop in and play the fun parent. A lot of them, frankly, do have a true desire to reconcile, but they're only good for a few months or maybe even a few years before they fall off again because they've never been forced to stick with anything that makes them remotely uncomfortable or difficult. So they prefer to opt on the second to many things. Too many things aren't lining up in their favor, or another person comes to make them seem easier and fun to deal with. This is childish, but their nature is what it is. I've seen it play out both ways many times. Everyone wants grace for themselves and almost never wants to give it to others. At the end of the day, each individual has to decide if they want to risk putting themselves out there to possibly get burned or get back better, hopefully healed parent that has done the work. Recognize that I have more grace and empathy towards the children that were abandoned or not supported, or and or the women who were stuck holding the bag and raising children by themselves. These people that may have been young and dumb parents raised with little to no guidance get no love and empathy or grace from me. Now, people like him need to create something for these men so that they have some place soft to land, because they are not landing in soft spots and soft hearts of women like me and many of the women on my pages. So there needs to be a old man mojo dojo casa house that people like this need to create, because the women are pulling back. And like I said, some parents are actually in the house, but some parents who are actually in the house still might be in their find out phase, like this person. My father actually was around physically and did do the bare minimum of keeping a roof over our heads, but that's really it. He was abusive, neglectful, and invested more into strip clubs, side chicks, and brothels than he did with his marriage or kids. I now struggle with CPTSD, low self-esteem, etc. I still decided to cut him off in every way. And I think I even told him if he were to ever show up on my doorstep, I'd practice sword cuts on him. He also does that stalker thing of tracking down his kids' homes and whatever. If these people truly cared about us, they know when they have zero right to our time. They can own up to their mistakes and give us the choice of taking them back, but let us make up our own minds. If these clowns come with the guilt trips and other manipulation, they usually have ulterior motives. They didn't set themselves up well, and now want people they abandoned or abused to pick up the slack. I think the Mojo Dojo Old Man Towns are just around the corner. Absolutely. This person had a dad that popped in. She said, my dad was gone throughout my childhood and came back when I was in my 30s. I didn't listen to advice because I just wanted my daddy. When he left again after only 3 years of being in contact, I lost my stuff. I mentally broke down and turned to alcohol to numb the pain. He contributed to my life being messed up not only once, but twice. I wish I had never responded to any of his emails where he said the exact same thing. I'm not a bad person. BS. If anyone sees this and is going through the discovery phase of your absentee parent, please do not go down my path. All this leads to is heartbreak and a bill for rehab. Be blessed. Recognize how traumatic it is feeling like you were abandoned by your parent. Don't do this. If you don't have, no, just don't do this. If somebody abandoned you, let them stay gone. Hopefully you had a eulogy in your own mind and spirit, and you put them in the appropriate box and let them stay in that box. You guys go ahead, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. Like, comment, share.